Alrighty, greetings, good evening. Mark Dixon here in the Channel 3 First Alert Forecast Center for this Tuesday evening edition of our First Alert Weather Extra here on WFSB Plus. In case you're not familiar, we do these long form updates here on WFSB Plus 2 times a week on weekdays, 2 times a day, I should say, on weekdays, 8 o'clock in the morning and then 9:30 at night. So we're focused in on a lot of weather happenings across Connecticut today. Earlier temperatures, as expected, only peaking in the mid-70s in many locations, which is cooler than average for this time of year. Keep in mind, it's still August. Normal high for the 19th of the month is 83 degrees. We were 7 degrees shy of that officially at the Hartford area as measured at Bradley Airport. So a cool start, a cool afternoon. That morning low this morning, 53, nearly 10 degrees below average, and some of the usual cooler spots did dip this morning into the upper 40s. So no rain today, but we do have some much needed rain on the way. We say much needed because on the drought monitor, you can see throughout southern and coastal Connecticut, we are abnormally dry. Here's a look at some of the numbers. For instance, in Bridgeport, one of our official climate reporting stations for the month, since the beginning of meteorological summer and since the beginning of the year compared to normal, we are running deficits, notable deficits. Meanwhile, for the Hartford area as measured at Bradley Airport, behind for the month, behind for the season, but still a bit of a surplus so far for the year. But regardless, we could use some rain. First Alert Live Radar, we are scanning dry tonight, but over the next 12 to 24 hours, rain becomes likely. That rain could be steady, at times heavier, prompting a First Alert weather day. Of course, we need the rain. It's beneficial, but too much in a small window of time could lead to the potential, at least, for isolated poor drainage, nuisance-type flooding. Furthermore, the timing is not good for the evening commute, given the heavier nature of the rain. Timing for tomorrow evening coming during that commute window of time could be a bit problematic, reducing visibility, wet roads, spray, perhaps with hydroplaning concerns. So that is why tomorrow is our next First Alert weather day. Otherwise, right now, we've got temperatures in the low and mid 60s inland, 65 to 70 along the 95 corridor. We're about the same, if not a degree or two cooler throughout central and southern Connecticut. Northern Connecticut, a couple degrees milder compared to this time yesterday. Winds are east-south easterly, not terribly strong, 5 to 10 miles an hour, calm in a few spots. So below average temperatures will continue. In fact, tomorrow, unseasonably cool temps. Cooler than today. Some towns may not get out of the 60s, and that rain tomorrow again prompting a First Alert weather day due to the timing and the potential amount that could add up. More with Futurecast coming up on that in just a moment. Of course, we're monitoring very closely Hurricane Erin down to Category 2 status, holding its own at 105 mile an hour wind sustained as of the 8 o'clock update, moving north-northwest at 10. So the latest track here from the Hurricane Center takes it north, then curving northeast. So right in between the mid-Atlantic states and Bermuda, and then heading well out to sea as we head through this upcoming weekend. So as Erin moves farther north, it's going to be encountering cooler water. Another reason why that's going to be weakening, in addition to encountering some wind shear. So here's the official track from the National Hurricane Center. Wednesday night to tomorrow. Tomorrow night into Thursday morning is when it will take its nearest pass there between, say, Cape Hatteras and Bermuda. Currently, about 600 miles away from Cape Hatteras as well from Bermuda. And then Thursday night into Friday morning, passing closest to southern New England offshore then by several hundred miles. So here's a look at the probability of tropical storm force winds. And obviously the closer into the center, closer to the circulation, the area of low pressure that makes up Erin is where the winds are going to be strongest, hurricane force. But extending outward from there, looking at that probability of tropical storm force winds, that's over 39 miles an hour. So could get some gusts toward the outer banks of North Carolina. And then as we head Thursday into Friday, beginning to move away from the East Coast. So we do have a high surf advisory in effect for the Cape, the islands, coastal parts of southeastern Mass, and as well Rhode Island, and as well for Atlantic-facing Long Island. So Atlantic-facing coastline is key here for the high surf. We have 6 to 10 foot waves possible. And furthermore, a concern for rip currents. So it's exciting to see the waves. If you're getting in the water, if you're one who surfs, certainly be mindful, heed all precautions, because the ocean is churned up. It is going to become dangerous. It's going to be increasingly dangerous. So here we are on Tuesday. The sea's getting a little more agitated. Those swells getting larger as we head tomorrow into Thursday. And even as the storm is moving away on Friday, it's going to be a gradual process for things to normalize. So just keep that in mind over the next several days. Now, locally here in Connecticut, as we look at wind gusts here on First Alert Futurecast, becoming a little bit breezy, nothing too terribly strong. We're not talking about any sort of power outage concerns. Some of the higher gusts will be realized throughout southeastern Connecticut. That's where it gets gusts 20 to 30 miles an hour, even into Friday morning. And note those wind areas shifting direction, becoming more northerly on the backside of Erin as the storm is moving away. And then as we head later into Friday, that wind will begin to subside. Now, we, of course, are tracking very closely Erin, but Erin's not it, just it across the Atlantic basin. We have 2 other disturbances in the middle of the tropical Atlantic there. One, that orange X has a medium likelihood, 40-60% chance of further development as it moves to the west and northwest, following in a very similar path that Erin is taking. And then behind that yellow X off the coast of Africa. So next up on our list, and Erin has been our 5th named storm, still active, of course, we have Fernand and then Gabrielle. So those would be the next names on the list. If those disturbances were to become depressions, and then the next step after that, tropical storm, upon getting tropical storm, reaching tropical storm status is when you would get a name. All right, so right now from Waterbury, we're at 62 degrees, southeast wind at 6. Our view from Hartford, 66. Great visibility out there. Very pleasant, 70 in New Haven. And from southeast Connecticut, New London, we're at 65. So maybe again, if you did last night, open the windows, let in some fresh air, do it again tonight. This time tomorrow night, it's going to be rather wet across Connecticut. All that muggy air has been suppressed to our west and southwest. Look at Cleveland right now, dew point there of 72. So at least we're enjoying the break from that humidity right now. I see showers moving through the Great Lakes into New York, into Vermont. That's the wet weather that eventually moves in our direction throughout the day tomorrow. So for tonight, increasing cloudiness will prevent temperatures from going as chilly as they did last night. So instead of upper 40s and low 50s inland, we're going mid and upper 50s inland and closer to 60 along the I-95 corridor. First Alert Futurecast showing we may have a couple showers around for the morning commute, but it's as our Wednesday moves forward in time. Late morning into the afternoon, rain becoming likely, rain becoming steady, at times heavy. You see these oranges popping up, some reds as we head toward and through the evening commute time tomorrow. So that's why the heavy nature of the rain could reduce visibility, a concern for perhaps ponding, therefore hydroplaning on area roadways. And temps tomorrow, cool. Unseasonably so. Mid to upper 60s inland, close to 70, 72 along the 95 corridor. So just a wet day. And rain totals, again, we could see 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches, perhaps some locally higher amounts. The bullseye, the axis of heaviest rain has been shifting around just a little bit. Basically, we're looking at a frontal boundary that is stalled across the region with low pressure riding along it, and where that eventually sets up will somewhat dictate where the heaviest of the rain falls. But as we get into Thursday morning, any lingering rain wraps up. We'll see some partial clearing, mid and high level clouds from Erin passing offshore on Thursday. Again, it's closest past Thursday night before moving away as we end the week on Friday. So Friday, again, the wind will be decreasing in intensity. We'll see lots of sunshine and temperatures will be trending warmer. So humidity levels, dew point values remain in that pleasant category through at least Saturday. Then a little bit of an uptick, some mugginess over the second half of the weekend. So mid and upper 60s inland tomorrow, low 70s at the shoreline, still overnight lows in the 50s for the next couple of days. Thursday, our sky turns a bit brighter. We dry out and temperatures peak in the low 70s. And then for Friday, we're about 10 degrees warmer, back in the low 80s. Saturday, our warmest day of the next 7. After beginning in the mid-50s, we top out between 80 and 85. And with high pressure and control, we should see ample sunshine. Then cloud cover begins to increase on Sunday. We have another frontal system that's going to head in our direction. So that could bring a late day shower or storm on Sunday. But before it gets here, southwesterly flow is going to increase that mugginess, and that front may be slow to move through on Monday. So that's why we still have the chance for showers as we begin next week. But then behind that boundary, we trend cooler and also less humid and brighter as we hit Tuesday into Wednesday of next week. We'll have much more, including the latest update on Aaron coming up on Eyewitness News at 11 o'clock. Of course, prior to that, 10 o'clock news on the wax. We'll have all of today's top news headlines and, again, an updated First Alert forecast for you. In the meantime, thank you for checking us out here on WFSB Plus. 8 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday. You can catch either Jill Gilardi, Scott Gagliardi, or Scott Haney. And then in the evenings at 9:30, live updates here on WFSB Plus from Mike Slifer or myself. So, again, we'll have much more ahead at 10 o'clock on the wax and 11 over on Channel 3.